So if the Supreme Court ends a right to abortion, Washington state providers could see an influx of patients from out of state.
We're going to see an uptick in the number of people coming and seeking care in Washington for abortions.
Dr. Nariman Hizmani is OBGYN and VP of Washington State Medical Association. If the Supreme Court ends the right to an abortion, millions of women could be affected, and Washington state providers could feel the squeeze.
That's what concerns us, that this is just going to lead to more of an increase of patients traveling and trying to seek us out for care.
Dr. Hizmani says he's heard from doctors all across our state.
We've already started to see that with some of the events in Idaho and Texas in these last few months. I think it's reasonable to see that we're going to get even more of that.
We asked Planned Parenthood Alliance advocates what could happen to Washington state providers.
It would be close to a 400% increase in the number of people for whom their closest abortion provider would be in Washington. Not all of them will need abortion care, but those who do in that number would have to come to Washington if they wanted to get it.
We have already seen our case volume double this year.
Riley Keene is with the Northwest Abortion Access Fund. The group provides financial and travel help to people who seek an abortion across the Northwest.
I would assume that if the trigger laws that are on the books go into effect, we would see potentially a quadrupling of the caseload.
Keene says Washington state providers are already taxed, and a potential influx of patients could mean longer wait times for patients, but that's not all.
The cost goes up exponentially every week because it becomes a more complicated procedure. There are more limitations on who can perform that procedure.
That's right. A crowd of about a couple hundred people erupted in applause here as state leaders said Washington will fight to stay pro-choice. We got a preview of the state's plans in the coming months.
It's the first punch, and they're just going to keep punching if they start taking everybody's rights away.
Hundreds of abortion rights supporters packed into Seattle's Cary Park nearly a day after the leaked Supreme Court opinion.
Disgusted. I think our country is moving in the wrong direction. Someone else's morality should not be dictating what I can and cannot do with my body.
They chanted and yelled at the pro-choice rally as state leaders said Washington's legal abortion rights aren't going anywhere.
We are going to fight like hell to keep Washington a pro-choice state. That's why we're here today.
If Roe versus Wade is overturned, state leaders say they're preparing for a massive influx of women seeking illegal abortion here.
Do you anticipate the state expanding facilities, or what could that access look like for people coming from other states?
We do anticipate there will be an influx. We have already, through both the state and Planned Parenthood, expanded those facilities. It's my anticipation we will continue to have to develop resources to get that job done.
Governor Jay Inslee said Washington in the coming months will be exploring a constitutional protection for abortions and making sure the state has adequate resources. State Attorney General Bob Ferguson adds Washington will even challenge other states that make it a crime for people to travel here to have an abortion.
If Missouri or any other state passes such an unconstitutional law like this and it affects Washingtonians, we will challenge it in court, and I can assure you we will win.
Hi there, Eric. I can tell you this was the county executive's decision, but he says there was a lot of community engagement here. He insists this is really all about bringing transparency as well as accountability to the sheriff's office. I've been talking to sources, and I'm hearing a lot of positive buzz about this top cop choice.
Your next King County Sheriff, Patti Cole-Tindall.
A nationwide search and the choice for sheriff found right here within its own department.
It's not lost on me that this is a very, very important role at an important time.
The former undersheriff already credited with making big strides in the last 5 months while serving as interim sheriff, from improving morale to this hyper-focus.
To change and improve the way we deliver public safety.
If confirmed by King County Council, to tackle crime and reimaging policing, she'll need to staff up 119 patrol vacancies and 58 professional staff to fill.
We will continue the work to staff up.
Have you thought about walking away?
I would be a liar if I said I haven't. It has crossed my mind, but having good leadership does help.
She thinks she knows why she beat out 2 other finalists.
I am not a traditional sheriff.
The 57-year-old started her law enforcement career 30 years ago, but worked different jobs too, from director of labor relations and head of the Office of Law Enforcement Oversight.
So I understand and support the function of law enforcement oversight.
Since named interim sheriff 5 months ago, she's held listening sessions on every shift and the community.
We're hearing from the community, including some of law enforcement's most vehement critics, that she's listening.
I think it's been very positive, the fact that everybody has a voice now.
Is there a difference?
Yeah, there is a difference. I think we're an agency that we have the spring back in our step, if you will.
Hi, everyone. I'm Preston Phillips from KOMO News. Thanks for checking out the KOMO YouTube channel. You can see more of our videos right here by clicking on the video links for more news from the Seattle area and Western Washington. Oh, and don't forget to click the subscribe button below so you don't miss our YouTube updates.